Alright, so the deck profile for the Dark Magician Eternal Soul deck. Basically, the entire deck revolves around Dark Magician. And the new support for Dark Magician, mainly Eternal Soul, which is a really good card, in that you can use this effect during your opponent's turn and during your turn. So you can special summon or add one of the cards to your hand. So basically this card special summons a Dark Magician from your hand or graveyard, or you can add a Dark Magic attack or 1,000 Knives from your deck to your hand. 1,000 Knives, it's basically a targeted smashing ground where you destroy one monster. Doesn't have to be face up or anything, just destroys a monster. And then Dark Magic attack is essentially a Harpy's Feather Duster, so it wipes out your entire opponent's back row. All you need to do is have Dark Magician out, which is pretty easy since this entire deck revolves around getting them out really fast. So then the other card, like another really good card, Dark Renewal. It basically sends one of your spellcasters and one of your opponent's monsters, when it's normal or special summoned, to the graveyard to bring out Dark Magician from your deck, or a different Dark Spellcaster type monster. There's a lot of them, so if you have all 3 Dark Magicians in your hand in the graveyard, you can still bring out a monster. No problem. And then Magician's Circle is just in here because you run a lot of spellcasters, so it's nice to bring out Shadow Dragon since he has 1900 attack and he's a spellcaster. Plus he has a neat effect if he's destroyed by a card effect. And then Magical Dimension. I just like this card because it's basically a... I want to say it's a +1, but actually I'm not sure. You tribute one of your spellcasters, special summon a card from your hand, and then destroy one of your opponent's monsters. It's like a card to neutral, since you basically use this one, you get rid of one card on your side of the field, and then you bring out a card from your hand, and it destroys a monster on your opponent's side of the field. So you gain advantage, and your opponent loses advantage. So I kind of like it. If you can run it, it's neat to have. Plus it's nice for getting out Dark Magician in your hand if you don't have Eternal Soul out. Eternal Soul does actually have a really bad downside, in that if it's destroyed, it destroys all your monsters. So all your shadow effects will go off. Plus, if you have Amulet Dragon out, you'll just bring out your Dark Magician again. So it does have a Achilles heels for being so good, but it's so good that it's totally worth using anyway. And of course, Snatch Steal, stable card, good in every single deck that can run it. It can win you games by itself. Regeki, I just wanted some more monster destruction since I really only had Magical Dimension and 1,000 Knives. I don't really have any other ways to destroy monsters in this deck besides by battle or by going into my XYZs. And then of course Dark Magic attack, I explained that. The Eye of Timeus is to bring out Amulet Dragon. You can use the lone Elemental Hero Prism to ditch a Dark Magician to the graveyard, which is great for Eternal Soul. And then just go into an Amulet Dragon with Eye of Timeus. I run 3 of them because you can also go into Dark Paladin, which can, while this card is face up on the field, you can discard 1 card and negate the activation of a spell card and destroy it. Oh, cool. So he can destroy spell cards only. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but if your opponent's running a real dragon heavy deck, you can go to some pretty heavy, high numbers with his second effect, where he gains 500 attack for each dragon type monster on the field and in either player's graveyard. Mainly you'll go into Amulet Dragon though, because he's way better. Banishes all spell cards from the graveyard to gain 100 attack for each, and if he's destroyed, you can special summon a target 1 spellcaster type monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So basically you can bring back Dark Magician if he's destroyed, which he will be sometimes when Eternal Soul is MST'd. Oh well. Then we have the, well, Allure of Darkness is in here because I run a lot of dark types, and it's a nice hand neutral card. The Shadows are in here basically for the Dark Renewal, because if you use Dark Renewal on your Shadows, they gain their effect. So if you send Shadow Dragon plus one of your opponent's monsters to the graveyard to bring out your Dark Magician, you also could destroy one of their Spell Trap cards since Shadow Dragon's effect will go off. Mathematician's in here because he can selectively mill the Shadows, and he's a spellcaster. And he has that neat effect where if he's destroyed by battle, you get to draw a card. Mathematician is just... he works very well in this deck since he can also be a target for Dark Renewal. He can also activate Magical Dimension. He can also activate Magician's Circle. He's just really nice because he also activates the Shadows by milling them to the graveyard. Prism's in here for Timeus. Skill Dark Magician, I just kind of put him in here just for fun. You could easily just put another Shadow monster because he's not needed, but he is a 1900 attack monster who can special summon Dark Magician from the hand, deck, or graveyard, potentially if you get 3 spell counters on him from just 3 spell cards being activated. I just kind of like him sometimes, so I just kind of put him in here for one. He's not really all that great though. The Shadows themselves, Usually when I run a Magician deck with Dark Renewal and using Shadows as the engine, I usually just run like one Beast, triple Dragon, and then triple Squamanta. Oh, they changed his name recently. It used to be like Dragon or something. Yeah, I would just run like those 6 cards, but since I wanted to add a little bit more Shadows, I put in 2 more Falcons and 1 extra Beast. So I just had a little bit more targets. Beast, having a 3rd one in here did kind of dead draw me one time, but I was able to Snatch Steal into a Tribute Summon, and then I think I used Dark Renewal because he like milled and then Special Summoned off that mill. And then I Dark Renewaled into a Dark Magician, and everything went hunky-dory. So, still not a big fan of running 2 Beast. I might take one out, but it seems to be well right now, since he can also be brought out by Dark Renewal if you have all 3 Dark Magicians in the graveyard, and he's a nice target for it. So he does have 2200 attack. It would be nice if I could mill him with Mathematician, though. That'd be really cool. But you have to be level 4 or lower, and he's level 5, so it's not happening. Oh wait, he is level 5, isn't he? I thought he was level 6 for some reason. Alright, so my extra deck. I think this was left over because I built this deck based around a different template I had for another Dark Magician deck, so... Okay, there you go. Much better. I didn't go into him anyway, so I could just add in 4 more rank 4 monsters or a couple more synchros. I didn't really go into any synchros though, so whatever. And then of course Dark Magician. I think I went over all the cards in the main deck. And then for the extra deck, Amulet Dragon, of course, YGO Guardian, and Ally of Justice, Cataster, because I have Falco in here. He special summons himself pretty easily, and he's a level 2 tuner, which means he can fuse with, tune Mathematician into an Ally of Justice, or with one of the other level 4 monsters into a YGO Guardian, which is really good. Or he can go with Dark Magician into a terrible Synchro level 9 monster, which I didn't include in here. Then I just put in 3 Dark Magicians of Illusion because I thought I would be able to rank him up. Because you can also special summon this card with a rank 6 Spellcaster type XYZ monster. But I forgot this is level 5, not 6, so that's not even possible. And I think this was based on a different deck I had, which was all about going into rank 6 Spellcaster type monsters, and then just ranking them up into this card. Because he can special summon a Dark Magician straight from the deck, and if it attacks you can banish a monster on the field, so he's a really good card, really nice to go into. But this one I'd probably just add in, let's see, XYZ, rank 4, full search, a dragon, Dark Rebellion dragon, and a Ragna 0, and one other good card I like to add in if I have extra room. It's all the way down here since he has 0 attack. There we go. All set. Or I can just like remove one of these and add in 1 more Synchro monster. The terrible rank. Ooh, that's right. They added new rank 9 monsters. If this card is Synchro Summon, your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same attribute as the original attribute of YGO monsters used for the Synchro Summon. When this card Synchro Summon, when this Synchro Summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 tuner monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, when a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, special summon 1 worm type monster from your deck whose attribute is the same. At least one of those destroyed original monster's attributes on the field in defense position. Okay, so he's a new rank 9 monster. He doesn't need worm type monsters, and if he's destroyed you can add a tuner. It doesn't say what kind of tuner though, so it looks like you can add a Falco. 2800 attack, his other effects are useless though, since there's no YGOs in here. Giant Castle, all he does is have a lot of attack, which he always just dies really quickly. I don't know, let's just put in this guy just for funsies. Okay, and that's the Dark Magician Eternal Soul deck.